Alright, beautiful morning here in Lake Havasu City. Sun's peeking up down in the park on a Saturday morning. People walking around. There'll be a few cars here and there interrupting us maybe a little bit, but we're going to give you a good feel of a really nice. This is definitely the kind of 56 Chevy that you can drive. 1956 Chevy, a two-door post Belair. Nicely done Resto-Mod. We're going to walk around and tell you what we know. The particular owner here has owned it about 20 years and spent time, and he bought it from somebody here in Lake Havasu. Body off restoration, about a 20+ year old restoration on it, but very, it's been updated nicely over the years. Has a ZZ4 350 underneath the hood. We'll get up front in here and tell you about that and the equipment on it. On the side here, it has Little Louie airbrush trim, and a quick look, people don't even notice it, but the trim is actually airbrushed on the side of the car. Other than that, there are no modifications to the side of the car. It's got a cool, nice look in it. It's finished in a cinnamon and a taupe, so it's a nice, pleasing, subtle color on the car. All the rest of the trim is on the car, including the front bright work and the mascot on the hood. It's got subtle pinstriping along the roof lines here. The airbrushing is smooth to the got pinstriping along the body here. Door jamb to door jamb, just a really nice car. You can pick up that cinnamon in the sun there. That's has polished American torque thrust wheels on it. Disc brakes up front. Again, a ZZ4 350 V8. All the bright work's beautiful on the nose here. It has a 700 R4 automatic overdrive transmission. Has a 9-inch 370 ratio posi track in the rear. Air conditioning, power steering, stainless height, stainless front end. We'll cover that on the undercarriage when we get around to that. The finish on this car is just beautiful. Very high-end professional paint job when this car was done, and it's held up very nice. Get a lot of compliments here in the park. Kind of give you a feel there. You can see the trees in the side of the car. The reflections is very straight. We'll get around to the undercarriage for you and get more for you. It has power disc brakes again, power steering. Nice thing about these Belair post cars is they're really solid. The body's tight. This one's actually sitting on one of a lot of guys either call a California chassis or a NASCAR chassis. It's one of the factory box chassis, but we'll talk about that. They relocated the parallels, traction bars, that kind of thing in the back. Parallels, I mean leaf springs in the rear. Nicely done, custom interior in it, using the factory seat, that type of thing. What's cool is they put a lot of map pockets throughout this car. There's map pockets on the back of the seat. There's a little console up front here. Glove box has been eliminated for the it hasn't been eliminated, excuse me. I'm looking over the passenger side here and saying that, but oops, I dropped my cheat sheet in my back pocket. We can get out of my back pocket. Seat belts front and rear. We'll cover some stuff here for you. Has vintage air conditioning. Very clean car. Again, map pockets here, map pockets up front, the front doors, little console in the center, headliner here. Finished cloth and vinyl. Nice little inserts, matches the car nicely. Again, very clean inside. Little glove box component. Right, quick little short clip here. The glove box, it is shortened a little bit because of the air conditioning system, but it's a great place to put your registrations and that type. Billet dash insert with a clock. AC vents down at the bottom here. Billet door handles. Again, like I talked about, a very nice paint job on this car. Door jamb to door jamb. All the latches have been CAD plated or cleaned. Give you a better look at that trim. Kind of cool. Little Louie. Doors shut nice. Again, these post cars make it really cool. Kind of give you a feel. Now, all the windows have been tinted, nice dark tinted. Past the front windows also. We'll get you in the trunk here when we go around. Obviously, hang on to the end of the video or throughout the video. We'll cover the trunk for you. See the Belair trim that's airbrushed on the side of the car here. The chrome is a nice high quality chrome. It has nice bow tie blue dots in the back. I've seen these cars done where they do the airbrush side trim and then they do the rest of the trim on the car, and it just takes too much away from the car. He's left the V8 emblems on the front and rear of the car with the gentleman that restored it, so it's just got a nice little touch. Nice Meg exhaust tips on the back here, has good sound. Fuel door on a 56 Chevy is right here. Give you a feel. Again, all the bright work's very nice. Nice, pleasing cinnamon and taupe. Get you in the driver's side here and kind of give you a peek. I don't know if I did the pull the seat up here, show you it's got a map pocket in the back. Seat belts in the back seat. Again, headliner. Very, very clean car. Nice little design on the doors here. Billet pedals. Chrome tilt steering column. Looks like an I did it. I actually have a cheat sheet that you heard me mention throughout the video here. I probably should look at it. Miles on this car since it was built, and you'd never know it, are 35.5. The ZZ4 350 V8 was installed at 25.5, or excuse me, I have it here at 22.5. So it's got about 13,000 miles on the ZZ4, which tells you this is the kind of car you can drive. And remember, this guy's owned the car, or gentleman's owned the car 20 years. So nice, reasonable miles, driving around hot rod. Shows in Arizona, Nevada. Across the hood is nice there. We're going to fire it up for you to hear. 700 R4 automatic overdrive with LED indicators right here. LED high beams and turn signals. Left turn signal. Right turn signal. All the switches are where they would have been from the factory. Nice cold AC. It's got a amp gauge, or excuse me, a volt gauge down here. AC is cold right away. Headlights are right there. Radio audio, we never turn the volume up, but it does have an audio system. There's speakers, and he's got a little CD player. There's CDs up on the visor here, but obviously he'll keep, but cup holder. Anyway, this one's just ready to rock and cruise. Factory VINs right here. All right, let's get you underneath the hood here. Very nicely done, very tidy, very clean. This gentleman keeps his car very nice. ZZ4 350 V8 underneath the hood here. 700 R4 automatic overdrive transmission. Ford 9-inch 370 ratio positive traction, so it's geared just right for the equipment in the car. Crate engine was installed by the owner about 13,000 miles ago. Goes to show you this is the kind of car you can drive, and it's a good looking car. Anyway, let's get into some of the equipment. It's got a Ron Davis aluminum radiator in it, cross flow. Very, very cool running car. No issues here in Arizona. When I asked the client that, he said zero overheat issues. Edelbrock Performer intake manifold. Has a billet specialties valve covers, polished billet valve covers and wire separators here. Williams headers. Has a low car dipstick tube there, both low car for the engine and the transmission. Vintage air conditioning here with braided lines. Again, just nice and tidy, nicely done. Little polished radiator cover here. AC is probably very efficient too, because they went to the point of putting a cooling fan that turns on when the AC comes on anytime. It makes the condenser more efficient, or the air conditioning more efficient. Up front here, our fuel wise, it has a super, I got the sheet here. It's a Holley, basically a Holley throttle body fuel injection, and has an Edelbrock water pump staying up front here. Mullen steering box over there. It has power disc brakes, Has a extra vacuum tank here that stores a little extra vacuum for the disc brakes. ZZ4s are pretty good, so there's really no issue there. It just gives you good solid braking. Has a, I do have a cheat sheet in my hand, which I have to sometimes. I can't remember everything. It's a Holley Sniper EFI kit. Williams headers, I already covered that with you. Hyperspark distributor. And again, about 12 or 13,000 miles on it. Body tags where it's supposed to be. It's a 551011, which would be a Belair post, or a 210, but it's a Belair. Very nice. Finish flows all the way through. The chassis on this car is finished body, or a silver, nice silver, gunmetal silver. Anyway, I know you get the idea. Hang on to the end of the video. If you're looking for a great car you can drive that looks good with confidence, finish watching the rest of the video. Have a great day. Alright, let's get you into the trunk. It's like the interior of the car. This car is very clean. It has a lot of nice little map pockets, which I mentioned during the walk around. There's plenty of storage everywhere. They've actually filled and removed the spare tire well back here, which actually gives you a nice flat floor for, you know, your show chairs, lawn chairs, that kind of thing. Good as you take to a show with you on a haul. Nice map pockets in the back here. In here is a gel battery. That's where the battery is located at. It has a painless wiring system. Nice little bow tie here in the back valance panel. Has a battery tender too. Bottom side of the deck lid here. Alright, he's going to fire it up and turn it around so I can video the other side of the car. Sounds great, don't it? We always like to do little segments like this so you can hear it run. There's people walking in the park, so he's got to hold for a minute. Kind of car you can drive. Nice. Alright, let's get you to the undercarriage part of it. Very nicely done body off restoration like we talked about. It has the front suspension. 56 Chevys are already fully independent front suspension, but this has been upgraded with the Heights stainless tubular control arms front. It has disc brakes in the front, power disc brakes, power steering. The chassis, actually, again, a body off restoration. Chassis is finished in a silver, like a gunmetal silver. It is one of the California or NASCAR style chassis, as guys call them. So it's fully boxed chassis. It's not just a C channel frame. Has a Mullen steering box on it. Williams headers on it. Floor pans are very nice. You don't spend this kind of money on a body off restoration unless it's a solid car. Rockers are nice. You'll see how the frame's finished in the silver. It has the spring pockets, kind of give you a feel here. I'm going to get down here a little bit. In order to take more tire, and this car will take a lot more tire if you want to put more tire on the back, the spring pockets are moved to the inside of the frame and then boxed. Very nicely done. And then traction bar style parallel leaf springs. Kind of give you a feel of the floor pans here. The braces look nice. The drain holes on the rockers. Back tires are a 255 60 R15, and you could definitely fit bigger tires on the back of this car because of the way the frame's done. Dual exhaust, parallel leaf springs. They notched it in the back here correctly because when it comes down it keeps the leaf spring from hitting the chassis. You could raise this a little bit if you wanted.
From your son, yeah. It was so cool. I don't know if you remembered me or what.
Meg tips on the dual exhaust on the back. Flowmaster style mufflers. Original style fuel tank. Like we said, we're in the park. People walk by. Very nice. Give you a feel there. Getting along the curb here is a little tight for me. This is the hardest part for me, and without a lift. But I want to get you a good feel. Trans cooler up forward there. See the drain holes on the rockers? Nice. Solid car. Can't but help but keep going back to the trim here on the side of this car. It's just bitching. Anyway, see the reflections in the paint? We cover a lot when we do the walkarounds here. Headers. Very, very clean car. 205/60 R15s on the front. Traditional style wheels. Look at the quality of the chrome there. Anyway, hey, thanks for listening to me. Have a great day. Thanks for coming to Spud's Garage. Alright, he's taking it back to his garage. Could be going to your garage. Make sure you go to Spud's Garage. Have a great day.